G'day there. Today I'm going to have a crack at grafting my first Grevillea for the season. Grafting's best carried out down here in southern Victoria between late October and early March, as you need the humidity. We tend to use this species here. This is Grevillea robusta from northern New South Wales and into Queensland, so it's a tropical species, but the key to it, it has an extremely strong root system. You can pretty much grow this plant anywhere around Australia and other parts of the world. The whole idea about grafting is you can choose your desired species. Has to be in the same family, of course. Say I've chosen this one here from Western Australia. If I was to strike roots on this, bring it home, plant it in my own garden here in Victoria, the soil conditions, weather, whatnot, this plant would die in 2 seconds, but grafted on the Grevillea robusta will thrive and be a really strong plant. Here's an example, a WA species of Grevillea on its own roots. Look how floppy and weak the root system is. If I graft it onto the Grevillea robusta rootstock here, like this one, look how strong it is. It's almost bulletproof. Tools you need for grafting: we've got some nice clean secateurs, a surgical scalpel, stretchy parafilm tape, these little Ziploc bags I can buy off the internet or from your local news agents, a mist bottle, some disinfectant so you can clean your tools. I usually use a capful of metho or some bleach, mix it in with the water, and some little name tags and a texter. I'm going to attempt a saddle graft. I want to do the graft roughly 5 or 6 layers of leaves up the stem. So I've chosen about roughly here. I want to leave some leaves on the rootstock here, as these act like little solar panels and give energy to the healing of the wound when the graft is healing in the greenhouse. When we're grafting along the way, I'm always constantly dipping the tools in and giving them a clean. Also, another little trick a great friend of mine told me is to always give your fingers a dip too. So this helps prevent any infection or anything getting into your plant and killing your plant. Okay, off with its head. I'm going to cut out there. 4 to 6 sets of leaves up here. I'm going to nip a couple off up here. Alright, that should do. Now I'm also going to take these little buds out of the leaf axils here, because we don't want them taking over the graft. See this little node, or where the leaf was attached here? I'm going to do a cut back up this way and expose the cambium on this side. Straight back up without cutting my finger off, of course. There we go, I've exposed the cambium, as you can see. And then on the other side I'm going to do the same thing, but about double the length of that one. So there we go. And you can neaten up these cuts a bit as you go. So I'll just fix that one up at the top. There we go. Alright, so we're going to do a nice saddle graft on this one. This cutting is also known as the scion. So I'm going to put this on top of the rootstock. So I'm going to take a couple of leaves off this. I'm going to cut the head off it out here. Right, so I've got this left. I've got, say, 2 buds or 2 shoots. And I'm going to take most of the leaf off there. So there we go, we're pretty much left with 2 little buds or 2 little branches about to burst out. I'm going to do a cut up the guts of this about the same length as the cambium I've exposed on the rootstock, so it matches up. Okay, straight up the middle. There we go, beautiful. See, so you can see it there. I'm going to take one of these off. Take a little bit off the top of that. There we go, so you can see that there. So I've left that there. So that'll settle over the top of the rootstock like this. There we go, so that's settling over there just nicely, and I can just trim it up to shape a little bit as I go. So I'll just trim a little bit off there, and there we go. You can see that is ready for me to wrap the tape. Parafilm tape, you can buy it off the internet. I'll start from the bottom, wrap it nice and tight, all the way up to the top of the cut. There we go. So it's to the top of it's covering the wound, and then I'll work my way back down. All this is done without leaving any creases in the tape and making sure the tape is nice and firm, covering the wound. You can do this 2 or 3 times if you want. That to me is a nice looking graft. We get one of these little Ziploc bags and give it a blow. Give it a nice spray. Tip it out, give it another spray. Tip it out. That goes straight over the graft and the scion. The idea is, so with spraying the water in the bag, this helps to keep the humidity and stops the little scion drying out. So when we put it in the hothouse, this will all fog up nicely. This grafted section here will start to callus up and heal, and then these little buds will start to shoot out, and as soon as they start to shoot, we gradually start opening the bag. Now the buds may start to shoot after roughly maybe anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks. So as soon as the buds start to shoot out, I don't know, say about your fingernail length, you can start gradually opening up the bag slowly over a week or so, and then eventually take the bag off and harden the plant off outside, and there you have your new plant. I'll keep you updated on the progress, and have a nice day.